Welcome back to the Hot Take Sports Podcast, episode 36, not 35. We're going to be talking about the NFL playoffs. Championship Sunday is coming up this weekend, so I'll get a little preview of that, I guess, kind of get some predictions, hot takes, and whatnot. And we'll talk about the one of maybe the best weekend of NFL playoffs in history that just happened this past weekend.
Then I have something at the end.
Yeah, of course you do.
All right, so do you want to dive into the divisional round first? Or not the divisional round, the wild card round. Sorry. I'm assuming that's a yes.
We'll go for it.
Okay, no one ever said anything. Okay, so the first day of wild card weekend was it was a Saturday.
Wow.
Thank you.
Way
Shut
to
up.
keep the people informed, Braden.
It was last Saturday. And the Raiders and Bengals was the first game of the weekend. That one was a close one, 26-19. What did you guys think about that game?
Joe Burrow showed up to play.
It's Joey B.
The Raiders, it's a miracle the Raiders even made the playoffs this year with all of their coaching drama. Obviously they've had some issues with players. So for them to even make the playoffs, it's an accomplishment. But
and it still hasn't stopped with all the issues.
Right. And yeah, I think that they were pretty clearly one of the bottom teams in the AFC. I'm not surprised that the Bengals won. I'm surprised that they didn't win by more.
Yeah, not as low as the Steelers on that totem pole, but definitely towards the bottom. I've said about the Raiders the last few years, they are always really good to start the season, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is our year," and then it's not their year because then they start sucking after week 4 or something like that.
Normally it's week 6.
Yeah,
they'll go 5-1 or 4-2 and just go down from there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something though. There was on the Bengals' last touchdown, there was a random whistle, so all the Raiders players just stopped. And it kind of showed that on the replay, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I can see why people could be mad at that. They definitely should have replayed the down. I mean, that was still a heck of a pass by Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah, it was a really good pass. It was the whole thing was just it was kind of strange.
Yeah.
Granted, the entire wild card weekend was strange.
Yeah, speaking of strange games, I would love to hear your excuses for the Patriots against the Bills.
Okay, so
no, there was nothing strange about that. That's exactly how it's gone down.
So the next game was Patriots and Bills. That was 47-17. And what's really ironic is on episode 34, we talked about if anybody in the playoffs would get stomped at all, and we were like, well, I mean, I don't think we'd get stomped on, but we might get kicked around a little bit. Because, Patriots would be able to hold their own all year. And Matt was like, well, duh, that's how they make the playoffs. I'm like, okay, well, yeah. We did not hold our own.
No, y'all got stopped.
I don't know what defense showed up to the yard, but they did not look like the one that helped us go 10-7. My Lord, bro. Josh Allen and the Bills were 7 for 7 on drives. They scored every single drive. Mad props to Josh Allen in that offense. So that was an electric
one thing to point out in that game. Josh Allen tried to throw a ball away, and Dawson Knox said, "Mine."
Yeah, that is true. That was absolutely nasty. And they asked him about it in the post-game press conference, and Josh Allen was like, "Yeah, I thought I threw it away," and then everybody was celebrating, and I was like, "Oh wow."
Brady, I don't think they scored on their last drive, actually. I think it ended in them taking a knee.
Shut up, Clayton. Same general idea. But, I mean, I definitely thought the game would be closer than, 30-point difference. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed with the defense that showed up, but we still made it a lot further than most people expected. So, I will take what we can get because at least we made the playoffs.
That's true. I mean, I expected you guys to be lower middle of the barrel.
Yeah,
Definitely. For you guys and the Browns, I would say something like that. Where did the Browns end up in the final standings?
I think 16 or somewhere around there.
I don't remember, but they have the 13th overall pick. So
number 20. Get wrecked.
Yep. That would be the 13th overall pick.
He was still right, though. I cannot believe that the Browns really just let Isaac be.
Yeah, Isaac, you're full of crap for not believing in the Browns, too, you closet Lions fan.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that Isaac basically foreshadowed Baker getting hurt and everything?
The Lions were still 31st, so he's not getting any better.
That's true.
Speaking of the Lions, Isaac, have you ordered your Jared Goff jersey yet?
I have not.
You need to get on that.
Imagine.
You wait too long, you're going to have to buy an actual Jared Goff jersey.
Oh, I thought that was the deal.
No. He has to buy, like, a Chinese jersey. Like,
what?
No, that's.
We're not going to make him spend $100.
$30.
Yeah.
If he waits too long, he's going to have to go to NFL.com and buy one for $150.
I thought that was the bet. Dang it.
No, we don't want to bankrupt the poor kid.
Hey,
we're all broke.
If he's dumb enough to make that bet, he can deal with the consequences.
Clayton, we should have included you in that with a big bet if the Browns missed the playoffs.
Brady, we should have included you with the Tim Tebow. Oh wait, you already bought one.
Actually, we included me with the Zach. So I was included in that. The Patriots just won more than 5 games
by some miracle. Moving on.
So
to round out the AFC wildcard round, we had the Chiefs and the Steelers. I mean, is anybody surprised that the Chiefs won somewhat big?
No. Not in the slightest. I mean, the Steelers putting up 21 points was kind of surprising, but TJ Watt also put up, about a third of that.
Right. Like, I'm not surprised at all that that's what ended up happening. The Steelers, like I said, they're just a sneak into the playoffs team. And the Chiefs.
I'm about to say, you're either going to have Dwayne Haskins or Rudolph next year at QB. So
I'm going to say, they did tender Dwayne Haskins a contract. He was a restricted free agent. They tendered him a contract.
I hope he sticks around the NFL. I don't know if he will, but
he'll probably end up being a career backup. That's my opinion.
And he's still going to make millions to do what he loves. So I mean, go on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then onto the NFC. The first game, the Bucks absolutely steamrolled the Eagles. At least there at the beginning, the Eagles were kind of made it closer there towards the end. Still lost by 16, but closer than the Patriots game.
Yeah, like, is Jalen Hurts the guy? I think that's still a big question in Philly. I've heard that people aren't super sold on him yet.
He has been given the job for next year, though. And they do have 3 first-round picks. So if they don't at least keep 2 of them to build around him, the Eagles, I don't know what you're doing.
I'm still not sure about Devontae Smith, but, I mean, there's no reason he can't be great.
Jalen Reagor was a bad pick.
Devontae Smith is the first good wide receiver pick by the Eagles in God knows how long.
Yeah.
We all know Reagor and Arcega-Whiteside were not good.
As evidence has shown, yes.
Then, we had the 49ers and Cowboys. Were you guys surprised at all how that one ended?
Dude, the end of that game
should be really good, and they just don't do anything.
Yeah. The Cowboys, a.k.a. Dak Prescott, bashing the refs, but he's the one who, blocked the ref.
He
did apologize for that after he actually watched everything.
I was going to say, well, and he just, handed it to the center, which, that's not how it works, because the umpire has to touch the ball.
I'm about to say at least one ref has to touch the ball.
Yeah, but also, did you see where the ref was?
Yeah, he was He was
He was at
zooming.
the 50 at the end of that play. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like 30 yards away from the play, just admiring the run instead of getting involved in the play like the referee should be. So I mean, there's blames for both sides, but one way or the other, why are you running the ball there? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because like the 49ers, like they finally were like, oh yeah, let's protect the sidelines. Had 3 guys up each sideline. So then the Cowboys called their timeout, and then ran the ball after they used their last timeout.
I want to know
What?
whose decision was that. Because I think
it was
it might have
Mike
been Dak's.
McCarthy's.
I don't know, man.
I would love to hear like an offense meeting where they talk about that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like-
That is something you'd love to be a fly on the wall for.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if Mike McCarthy's the guy in Dallas. To be honest, I
Well,
was never
there's-
sold on him as the Packers
I'm like,
head coach.
there's rumors that he might not be that coach next year.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting. I was about to say, there's rumors that could come to Cleveland as defensive coordinator.
As long as it's anybody other than that idiot Joe Woods, I'm not going to complain.
that's fair.
Yeah, that is completely fair.
I even had that talk with my dad, and he doesn't even watch football.
That's tell you.
Yeah.
Speaking
See
of
what-
bad.
Oh.
Well, okay. Do you have anything else to say?
I was just gonna say I thought CeeDee Lamb deserved to be a bigger part of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Why is
Did you
he
guys-
only getting 5 targets in a playoff game?
Yeah.
Did you guys see what Troy Aikman said about that?
What? Yeah, he said. Was he the one that said like Dak needs to talk to Tony Romo about reading defenses?
Oh, he might have said that too. But he was like, if you guys aren't throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb in one-on-one coverage all game, then you should not be on the field.
Yeah. Well, and then Tony Pollard was, I mean, no short of an amazing number 2 running back all season, and he barely touched the ball either.
He was hurt still, wasn't he? I know he was hurt going into Week 18.
He played.
Did he?
He had 4 rushes and he had a catch,
Oh, yeah.
2 catches.
You could even argue Tony Pollard's the better back. And
A lot of
Dallas.
people would argue that.
And I would like to correct myself. Des Bryant said that earlier today. About
Oh,
that.
did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you fact-checking yourself.
I didn't even have to fact check myself. I was just thinking, and then I kind of talked, and I was like, "Wait a minute, no, he didn't say that." And then I remember.
Okay, that's fair.
That.
Well, speaking of people that made the news today, there are reports coming out of Arizona that the owner is so mad that the coaches may not get their playoff bonus money.
I don't.
But I don't.
Well,
yeah.
They were looking into it. So like the players are guaranteed by the NFLPA, but there are some people that are pretty sure that it's owner's discretion on coaches' bonuses.
I
It,
don't-
like it might not be, but there are some people that think it is.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's a contract thing. Like you
I
can't just be like, no.
don't know. I'm definitely gonna look more into it, but it's something I saw. I mean, they did lose to the Rams 34-11, and they
Wait, where do you think-
lost 4 of their last 5.
I was gonna I wanted to talk about that. Is Cliff Kingsbury the guy in Arizona?
I think he is. I think the Cardinals just kind of like. I think they've hit a rough patch, really. I think it's
The Cardinals losing to the Rams obviously has something to do with coaching. It's always partial, but like that was not all based on coaching. They didn't have their best receiver, obviously,
Mhm.
and the Rams are just elite compared to that. I mean, it was truly versus boys.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
if you have D-Hop, that takes Jalen away from your second best guy, and
Exactly.
D-Hop
And-
can play with Jalen.
I was gonna say, and when you think about it, the Cardinals spent like the last 6 weeks of the regular season without D-Hop, so that wasn't going to help.
Yeah,
Even
they still weren't
historically,
great the
though,
last few weeks.
even historically, though, Cliff Kingsbury's teams have been crap in the second half of the season. Like, they don't finish the season well.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I do think Cliff Kingsbury's the guy. I mean, they hired the guy and then went off and dealt Josh Rosen, except Kyler Murray first overall. So at least they evidently, at least at one point, had faith. So I mean, I think they'll see it through at least for another year.
Okay, but look at it this way: what's the ceiling on the Cardinals right now? When you have teams like the Rams, the Chiefs,
49ers.
I don't know if you count the Cowboys, the Bucks. I don't know if you count them, depending on the whole Tom Brady situation. The Eagles probably aren't that far behind the Cardinals. The Bengals are up and coming. The Bills. I mean, the Patriots.
Browns,
Yeah.
once they get
Browns,
healthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are they ever really going to be that team, or is their ceiling like the Utah Jazz, and they're just going to be like, yeah, we're a higher. Oh, that's
Ha, it's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
True.
I mean,
like
that's
the
a
Pacers and Magic for the
good
last 5
comparison.
years, where they were like, oh yeah, we're a 4 or 5 seed. We got crapped on in the first round again.
I'm about to say, I'll bring this up now. Sean Payton is not the Saints coach anymore. So if you can convince him to go somewhere,
Bro, Sean Payton's not going anywhere. He retired.
Urban Meyer retired too. We'll see Sean Payton again someday.
Sean Payton spent 16 years in New Orleans. I think he's done.
Urban Meyer won 3 national championships.
Urban Meyer also coached the Bowling Green, so he was known to do some wild things.
There's No, I'm gonna fact check you on that and see where Sean Payton started. Every great coach starts at like a MAC level D1 team.
Clayton.
Nope, I'm not done. Look at Nick Saban. He started at the University of Toledo when my dad was in law school.
I did not know. Really? Okay,
Yeah.
Clinton. First off,
He's absolutely crapped on you, by the way.
First off, I was kidding. Secondly, that's crazy.
He started off at San Diego State, went to Indiana State, back to San Diego State, was at Miami of Ohio for 2 years as an offensive coordinator, Illinois as a quarterback's coach, and then he jumped into the NFL and just kind of worked his way up.
So he was at Miami.
Did
you know that he played football in Britain?
Seriously?
Yep. He was a quarterback for the Leicester Panthers.
Oh, yeah. Top tier.
But yeah, Brady, I just crapped on you, by the way, just so you know.
I was just making fun of BT, but that's you got me there. That was pretty impressive.
Well, hold up. Listen to this. The Leicester Panthers were a British American football team formed in 1984 and disbanded in 1996. So they only made it 12 years. The club can boast New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton as their most famous alumnus, as he was the starting quarterback in 1988. He literally makes the first paragraph of their Wikipedia page. That's how sad it is.
Dang.
Amazing.
But, I mean, I was talking to one of my buddies about this earlier today. I could see Brian Flores taking the Saints job because they still have a lot of upside in a quarterback in Jameis Winston. That's definitely not the worst quarterback situation you could have in the NFL. So
I think Brian Flores goes to the Bears. Brian Flores, he was a big part of the Patriots defensive coaching staff for a long time. Then he went down to Miami and gradually built up what that defense became at the end of the year. The Bears already have a fairly solid defense. You get Brian Flores in that door, what's going to happen after that?
They're going to be the Bears and at best be a first-round exit playoff team.
Well, but that's still better than what they were this year. And Justin Fields is only going to get better.
Not if he doesn't have any knees, if he doesn't have any offensive linemen to block for him.
Well, the Bears will probably cover that in the draft. Actually, wait. No, the Bears don't have their first round pick. They gave it to the Giants for Justin Fields. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Wow, it's almost like I was one step ahead of you yet again, Brady.
Shut up, Clayton.
I'm about to say, Saints job literally just got posted today. I don't see any coach that has another job offer and wants to maybe go to a Saints team that has a pretty good defense. Like, Brian Flores could make that Saints defense even better.
Okay, yes. Saints defense part. Saints are $70 million over the cap. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, that definitely that had to play at least a little bit into it. Because you don't have to deal with all of that.
And that's
who are you going to cut?
Okay, so let's say if he goes to the Bears, you have a good defense, no O-line, and okay wide receivers.
Okay, but at least you have a future quarterback and not Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill.
Honestly, it depends on what offensive scheme you're trying to run. If Jameis Winston's not slow by any stretch of the definition, but like obviously
he's going to be different now. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, generally speaking, I'm much more of a not even really dual threat, like a pass heavy but can do quarterback, if that makes any kind of sense.
Because you're a Browns fan, you like guys like Baker.
Well, not even that. Like at the beginning of his career, Russell Wilson was more of a dual threat, but now I would say he's more of a pass heavy, can run quarterback.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
I would say more Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes, but yeah, same idea.
Man, Josh Allen's.
Yeah, he crapped on you guys.
Is Josh Allen better than Patrick Mahomes now? Like, is he above him now?
To me, I think he is. I liked Josh Allen coming into this year, and the way he performed this year cements that even more for me.
I'm definitely willing to listen to arguments now. I wasn't coming into this season, but I'm definitely like, if you make an argument for Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes, I'll be like, okay, that's
I get it.
He's an absolute beast.
Well,
oh man, I really wish he was not in the AFC East. He's going to rule a division for a while, and it's going to make me sad. But
wow, cry about a team ruling a division, Brady. No, you don't get to cry about that.
Clayton,
anyway,
shut up.
Moving on.
What do you mean?
Stop trying to get pity, Clayton.
You guys are in the same boat. You both have an up-and-coming quarterback that's now going to rule your division and make you guys sit in second place for a while.
Yep.
Except for the Browns might be in third.
Exactly.
That's true because they also have Lamar.
The only team that doesn't have like a quarterback for next year, like cemented for next year right now, is the Steelers in our division.
Yeah.
Do the Browns have a quarterback cemented for next year?
They'll take Baker next.
I was gonna say I think Baker's back.
But will Baker take the Browns? Wasn't that a whole discussion too?
He shut those rumors down quickly.
Baker threw a Twitter fit and basically called every single reporter on the planet a stupid liar.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I would imagine he's staying
on that wagon though. So now he's jumped off.
Isaac hops on any wagon that shows up in his driveway. What do you mean?
Since we were talking about Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, we might as well jump into the game.
That's true.
Was personally my favorite game of the weekend last weekend. Yeah.
I mean, it has to be.
Okay.
The NFL overtime rules robbed us of an all-time classic, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, another thing on that. So, after the Chiefs lost the Patriots in overtime a few years ago, the Chiefs tried to get the overtime rules changed, and all of the other owners, struck it down immediately. Now, look. The Chiefs are now reaping the benefits of the rule that got struck down.
Well, because 90% of teams that win the coin toss win the game.
Yeah, that's true. I saw a stat. Teams that win the coin toss are 10-1 in the playoffs. Playoff overtime, 10-1.
Yeah.
I want to know who that one is, though. I really do.
Shout out to Josh Allen for being like, well, we should have just won it in regulation. I mean,
their defense absolutely sold with 13 seconds left.
I think if Trey White didn't get hurt during the regular season, I think the Bills win that game.
I will give full credit to Travis Kelce because he went up to Patrick Mahomes and says, if they run this again, I'm just running straight down the field.
Yeah, I mean that's just chemistry. That's an elite tight end, a premier tight end,
It's funny.
Leave me alone.
and an elite quarterback.
Yeah. Saying, I got you.
Yeah, Travis Kelce definitely won them that game there. It was the divisional round. You know, it's what we're in now. Everybody who didn't catch on, the divisional round, 4 absolute tight games.
Yeah.
Tom Brady almost completed another comeback.
Stafford said no.
No, more like Cooper Kupp said no. Don't you
Oh.
even?
Okay, both
somebody
of
has to
them
throw
said
to him.
no.
That's true, but
No,
Cooper Kupp got cleared down there.
Tom Brady's defense said no because Cooper Kupp was wide open.
That's
How
true.
do you leave the best receiver in the regular season all by himself?
That is true.
Yeah. I was going to say, I saw a meme. It was the Rams logo gradually turning into the Falcons. Then it just said, wait, never mind. I was like,
hilarious, Brady.
gosh dang. Well, I thought it was funny. Clayton.
The only comment I really have on that game, other than like what you guys said, is like Scotty Miller had 4 catches. Like that's the most I'd seen him have all year.
Yeah, you would bring it up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Part of the rules. But I don't know. It was nice. That's the most touches I think he's had in a game this year. So
Yeah.
Maybe.
that was cool to see. I'm not upset that the Rams won because I think Matthew Stafford suffered long enough in the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
I'm going to throw this out right now. Mike Evans absolutely destroyed Jalen Ramsey on one play.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. All right, we'll go around. Brady. No, you're a horrible person to start with. Clayton. Tom Brady, in or out?
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
Honestly, at this point, I'm gonna say out. Like
Brady? Oh, sorry. Did you want to elaborate? You can.
Go ahead, Clayton. Go ahead.
I mean, just he's never talked about retirement as in depth as he is right now. Like, I've never heard him like really speak on it because like he's talked about like Kobe Bryant not having enough time, like his kids deserving a dad, stuff like that. Normally, I'd be quick to say like, oh no, he'll just sign a 1-year contract and ride it out, but
He still has 2 more years on his
No,
contract.
he has next year left on his contract.
Next
I
year.
thought he reworked it to a 1 year.
Yeah, he has next year left.
I thought he only signed a 2-year.
No, so he originally signed a 2-year, then they extended him another year.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be shocked if it goes either way, but I'm going to say right now that he's out. Blaine Gabbert or bust next year, and it's going to be bust.
I'll take door number 2 for 600.
I was going to say, I feel like a lot of guys in the league of Blaine Gabbert or above can be pretty good with an offensive line like that. So
yeah.
Offensive line and Gronk might stay.
That's true. Gronk might stay. Even if Tom Brady goes, Gronk might stay, which is crazy to think about.
You jealous?
I mean no, because he was gone from New England either way. Because the only reason he retired is because we traded him to the freaking Lions. So it's not like I would have had him anymore anyway.
Yeah, sure thing, Brady. Moving on.
Brady, in or out?
See, I'm really, really on the fence right now. Because, like Clayton mentioned, he's never talked this in-depth about retirement before. Because, I mean, even when he left New England, he had that Super Bowl commercial. He was like, don't worry, guys, I'm not going anywhere. So, I mean, and like I mentioned, he does have 1 more year left. But even I'm pretty sure, like, Drew Brees, I think Drew Brees still had 1 more year left when he retired. So, like, part of me thinks it's going to be the same situation, but the rest of me is like, well, Tom Brady's going to want to go out on top like Peyton Manning did. Because that's just who Tom Brady is. So, I don't know, it's really tough for me because, like, I've like really read deep into it because it's how I even became a Patriots fan. But
You became a Patriots fan because his name was Brady.
exactly, he made me become a Patriots fan. See, look,
That had nothing to do with reading into it.
well, but I read into it now.
You read the back of his jersey.
You probably could barely read that.
Anyway, I read more into him now because back then he made me a Patriots fan.
Because back then you couldn't read much better
continuing.
than you can now.
That is false. I had a college reading level in the 3rd grade. You leave me alone.
Sir, that is false. Sir, I can read at a college level, sir.
Sir, they don't give me M&Ms at school every day, sir.
Anyway.
Sir, 75% of all stair actions happen on the stairs, sir. Oh, my bad. It was Brady's, so it's 80%. Like
I said 85. You leave me alone.
That's even worse.
You're even further off. Why would you admit that?
Because at least I had the 5 part. Anyway, back to the
all stair actions happen on the stairs. Title. Let's go.
Nice.
Nothing to do with sports.
I will definitely put that as the title. I'm not even lying.
No. We could do like Tom Brady retires
on the stairs? Question mark?
The destruction of Brady, because that's all we've been doing is proving everything he's been saying wrong so far.
That's true. Anyway, I'm with Clayton. I think he's done.
Isaac?
I see it going either way, but I think he has one more year left. I think he's in. I honestly do.
Yeah, I think Tom goes for revenge tour number 3 and then goes out on top because the NFL is rigged, so they'll give him a title. Because I just can't see him, like, he was compared to, like, Peyton Manning for so long. I can't see him going out losing in the divisional round. At least winning an AFC championship. So,
Though, there's one
NFC
way I can
see
him retiring. If Godwin goes somewhere else.
If his wife looks at him and says, here's a $300 million check. Stop freaking playing football.
Yeah, Isaac, I don't think Chris Godwin leaving would have anything to do with it, buddy. Good try.
Chris Godwin was not even his wide receiver 1.
True.
That's also true.
He's his receiver 3 behind Evans and Gronk.
I was going to say, Gronk is basically his wide receiver 1. That's his favorite target. Always has been, always will be.
And Scotty Miller's going to take a massive jump and be wide receiver 2 next year, so.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Not in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he'll there's too many big names for him.
Scotty Miller to the Lions. Heard it here first.
Scotty to Green Bay. He's going to take over for Devontae Adams with Jordan Love.
Dude.
That'd be something.
Okay, wait. I'll wait to say my... Actually, no, let's dive into it.
Hold on.
Hey. Matt, let's talk about Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My bad.
No, I already have talked about it. The only other thing I wanted to say is if he decides to take the family route, like I've been hoping he would the last, 5 years, just because I didn't want him playing anymore, because I was tired of him winning, then good for him. No, if anybody fights him on that, you're a crappy person.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's going to be 46 next year?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be 45. He's currently 44. He turned 45 during training camp or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's still insane that he plays at this level at 40.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another part of me that thinks he could come back, but I still think he's out.
If he wins MVP, he retires.
See, but he also talked about playing until he was 50.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Well, and he said for a while his goal is to play 245. So that's another thing for me that kind of tips the scales in both directions. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with my answer though. Anyway, while we're continuing to go backwards in the game schedule for the divisional round, Niners and Packers 13-10. Thoughts? Clayton, we'll start with you.
I I mean, that was Aaron Rodgers' last game in Green Bay. Like, I think that's pretty much a done deal now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Everyone knows it.
I don't know if I don't think I've said this to listeners yet, but I was actually at the Packers-Lions game, Week 17. One of my buddies called me up last minute and asked if I wanted to go. And I watched Jordan Love in that second half, and that dude sucks.
Dang.
Like, Packer fans everywhere, I'm sorry, but y'all are screwed next year. This dude couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Like, no, it was bad. The old A.J. Dillon is the only reason that they stayed in that game.
Where'd he go to college?
AJ
What?
Dillon or Jordan Love?
A.J. Dillon. He's the only reason they stayed in that game.
Jordan
No,
Love. Why would I care where AJ Dillon went to college?
Well, Jordan Love went to Utah State.
Wow, what riveting information. Thank
Well,
you, Brittany.
Matt.
I
Matt-
asked.
And
Oh, I thought that you just brought that up. My bad.
no,
I
this one-
truly wanted to know what college he went to.
he went to Utah State. The Patriots traded out of the first round, so I was furious. But in hindsight, I'm not furious anymore.
Whatever. Moving on. Yeah. I mean, I think Jimmy G honestly is solidified. If he gets them to the Super Bowl, there is no reason that they should replace Jimmy G. Statement.
But
You
he
can
hasn't
quote
done
that.
anything.
That's true. He has not done anything at all.
He has not been good this playoffs at all.
No,
He's
it's
literally-
all been Debo.
In that Packers
The kid
game,
that sits in the group and does nothing in the group project and gets an A.
in the Packers game, he went 11 for 19 with 131 yards and a pick. And that was it. Like,
I don't even think he did anything in the
will say
Cowboys
this.
game either.
well, I'll tell you.
I was gonna look at that here.
First and foremost, Brady, you would know because you probably are that kid.
16
Actually,
to-
no. Carson
It's
Houck
still-
is that kid. Anyway,
16
It's
of
still-
25 for 172 and a pick.
It still takes. I think if he gets him to the Super Bowl, no matter what, you keep him. That's where I'm at. It's like the Ravens with Joe Flacco. They drafted Tyrod Taylor to replace him, and then Joe Flacco got him to the Super Bowl. That's where I'm at.
yeah.
Regardless of what
I don't know.
numbers will tell you, and I don't disagree that he hasn't been great, but at the same time, the guy got you a Super Bowl. He deserves another chance. That's my opinion.
Well, he's not getting them a Super Bowl because he's not going to be able to do anything against the Rams defense. So
No.
he
Oh, but
hasn't
the Ra-
played a really good defense yet. The Packers defense isn't elite, and the Cowboys definitely aren't. So
I don't know. They did just beat the Rams in Week 18, and the Rams weren't resting anybody because they hadn't clinched the division. So
that
Yeah.
doesn't mean they were going 100%.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but Niners make the Super Bowl. I think they trade Jimmy G.
Where?
Anybody that wants a quarterback. Heck, they can trade the Washington football team or the Washington whatever the heck they're gonna be.
I don't know. I'll tell you on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's true.
One
February
week from
2nd.
today.
What losers? Why would you choose the all Tuesday? Holy crap! I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
My anniversary is on
2/2/22.
Tuesday. Hey,
Hey.
that's hype.
Yeah, well, Matt, why'd you choose the all Tuesday?
That's Jeff.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Rams should kick their ass this week. Let's be honest.
I mean, they should. They should.
Yeah.
That should be about the easiest conference championship game we've seen in a while.
Should, yeah.
But
But
see, that's the thing. It's always a should.
we also have to remember the 49ers have beat them twice this year.
Yeah, and it's hard enough to beat a team twice, let alone 3 times. It's
Yeah.
not-
But the only way the 49ers win if they can finesse the ticket policy.
Yeah, that ticket policy is so stupid. Clayton, did you see that?
Do what?
The Rams made it so you can only buy tickets to that game if you live in LA.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Like,
I love that. Here's why.
okay.
That creates one from a marketing standpoint. Like that's actually really smart because people all around LA are going to want to go. Like,
For sure.
the team's good. Number 2, can you imagine the home field advantage at that point?
But isn't it like a college football? What am I looking for? Not playoff game, but like a bowl game. Don't you have to give X amount of tickets to the other team?
Yeah, I think you do, but I don't know.
There's no way they can get away with just being like, well, it's for COVID purposes that we only want fans from our town to.
Our team.
Yeah.
Then again, if there's any commissioner that would let that happen, other than the MLBs, it would be.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But I think it's kind of funny, to be honest. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Like,
I mean, it's kind of what the Titans tried to do to the Bengals, and we all saw how that worked out.
yeah, we haven't talked. That's the only divisional game we haven't covered yet.
Nope.
Yeah, that's because the Titans quarterback is crap, so they got beat up.
Fun fact: Ryan Tannehill is the only quarterback to throw a passing touchdown in divisional weekend. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think I saw that.
You're right. He also threw 3 interceptions.
That's also true.
One on the first play of the game.
Yeah. Yep, he was 15 of 24 for 220, a touchdown, and 3 picks. Hit a QBR of 77.
Yeah.
Hashtag Pro Bowl starter.
Matthew Stafford threw a touchdown to Cooper Kupp.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Maybe might have been, no, it wasn't Wildcard Weekend. Where did I
And
see
Tom Brady
that?
threw a touchdown to Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You'll
wherever.
probably look at BR articles.
Travis Kelce.
No.
Oh yeah, and that Josh Allen dude threw 4 touchdowns to the same guy.
Yeah.
They might have posted. No, I think they posted that Saturday night.
There's a passing
That's
touchdown to
probably what it was.
Kelsey. There's one to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it was probably like Saturday night, and that was why they posted it. Yeah, I don't know why they posted that because it's definitely yeah.
The crap on Brady episode title.
Oh yeah.
It's such a weak title.
So
At least you have to do with sports.
yeah.
That's true.
So the divisional round, we have Kansas City, Cincy, and LA 49ers.
Yeah, the
I'm pretty sure
championship round should
both
be
of
stacked.
those are Week 18 matchups. Let's start with the Bengals Chiefs.
They weren't Week 18 matchups. The
What do you
Bengals
mean?
played the Browns
The Bengals
Week 18.
played the Browns.
Because
No,
you were
Week 17.
trying to
My
convince
bad.
us. You were trying to convince us that the Browns should tank in Week 18.
That's true. That was the thing. I thought it was week 17 that he said that.
There's no point in tanking that late. Like,
No.
You say
Which quarterback do you think had the worst rating in the divisional game?
Tannehill.
in the divisional round,
Aaron Rodgers.
Jimmy G. Definitely Jimmy G.
Tannehill had a 66.7. Rodgers had a 91.9, so this was actually decent. And
Seriously?
Jimmy G had a 57.1.
Yeah.
You just tried to
That's
yell,
crazy.
and all it did was go bup, 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 bup. I don't know why you got excited about that. That was not a hard you had a 50-50 shot between Tannehill and Garoppolo.
That's true. I was just hyped up being right, you know.
Yeah, for the first time in this.
I would say that doesn't happen
Rodgers-
very often.
I just threw Rodgers out there because I knew he didn't have a passing touchdown.
That's fair.
Like,
Ooh, that was another thing that I wanted to bring up when we were talking about Tom Brady.
what?
If Tom Brady goes, does Aaron Rodgers say, "Hey, I want to go down and play my last year on contract in Tampa Bay"?
I've seen those.
Okay, and we've talked about it before on the podcast. There just wasn't a whole ton of validity to it. But now that Brady might retire, and Rodgers wants out,
Rodgers moves from one of the coldest teams to one of the warmest teams. Already has a good line around him. Already has good receivers. Why not?
joke's on them. Devontae's gonna follow.
Seems like a Rodgers thing to do. Devontae Adams would have to take a heck of a pay cut, and I don't see him doing that.
No.
You'd have to make less than $1 million per year, probably.
Well, that's not true because they got back Antonio Brown money.
I was gonna say, well, and if Tom Brady retires, I'm pretty sure he'll his money's gone, and Godwin's money will be off the books.
Wasn't that big?
Who's gonna?
Tom Brady's getting paid $30 million.
It's gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers won't want a whole ton of money at this point. I wouldn't think. No.
He's gonna be coming off of his 4th MVP award. He's gonna want the money.
Well, no. He'll still be technically on contract. He has to ask to be traded unless Green Bay avoids it. But,
no, he's a free agent.
It's not what I was reading today. Green Bay has to avoid it for him to become a free agent.
Tom Brady's 2022 contract was $9 million. Brady.
They signed him to a 2 and $60. I thought they extended him again. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yes, and like I told you earlier, he restructured season so they could bring everyone back.
Yeah.
Again.
Anyway, I don't know, but yeah, I do think that there's, like Matt said, there's validity to it.
Rodgers negotiated his contract at the beginning of the year.
Well, and I knew he renegotiated at the beginning of the year. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop reading on the internet and just wait for stuff to happen.
Stop going on Bleacher Report.
That's the thing. I wasn't even on Bleacher Report. I was literally on the NFL app.
Who is breathing directly into
That being said, he does have a bunch of incentives and stuff like that can get that money up there close to $30 million.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
But all right, should we just start with Conference Championship Sunday predictions?
Did we even talk about the Bengals-Titans game other than Tannehill sucks?
What's there to talk about other than Tannehill sucks?
Joe Burrow got sacked 9 freaking times and still threw 20-yard darts after every single one. How do you sack a dude 9 different times and then give up 15 to 20-yard plays after every single one? How bad does that have to be? He got sacked 11 times in 2 playoff games and won both of them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Joe Shicey's just a tank, man.
Shut the hell up. Joe Shiesty, Joe.
I've heard so many people calling him that. I just wanted to see how weird it was for me to hear me say it.
It's a Joey.
It'll be like really Joe Broken here in a couple years.
He's going to end up being a Gale Sayers type character. He's going to be amazing for 6 years and then have to retire because his knees can't take the pounding anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? At this rate,
there's one thing the Bengals need this offseason.
I do think the Bengals will attack O-line this winter. If they don't, the Bengals need a new GM. But yeah,
oddly enough, there's not really anything else that team needs. Like, the defense isn't bad. Obviously, everything else in their offense is solid.
Yeah, they've got an absolute maniac of a kicker.
Brady.
No. Did you see what Joe Burrow said to his post-game press conference?
Yes, everybody heard about McPherson being. Never mind. I'm not allowed to say that.
Hot take. The Lions make the playoff next year.
Shut up.
Leave. Literally leave.
Isaac turns into Brady with what does Clayton always say?
Blind faith.
There we go. Title.
Isaac has blind faith. I can see it now. Isaac has blind faith.
Isaac hops on the Lions bandwagon. Perfect title because everybody will be like, what bandwagon? They're the Lions.
That's the crappiest bandwagon of all time.
Well, that's okay. So is Isaac's
in the middle of it. So you have to balance it to get it to move.
All right.
And there's a crank on one side.
All right. Moving on. Let's dive into Championship Sunday. We'll start with Brady for this one. We'll take the risk. Who do you have?
Are we doing scores or just like who wins?
Whatever you want.
In the NFC, I'm gonna take the Rams in the NFC. I am. The AFC is so hard for me to pick, but just for sake of matchup purposes, I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Really? I would not have expected you to pick the Bengals.
Burrow versus Matthew Stafford. Sounds like a great time. Cincinnati versus the former heart of Detroit. Ohio versus Michigan. Ohio against the world, baby.
That's not really Ohio versus Michigan.
No.
Close enough.
That's not. Nope, not really.
No.
Well, no,
in
not
Los Angeles.
well, no. Well, yeah, now.
The Super Bowl's in Vegas, right?
No, LA.
I think it's supposed to be in LA, but
They get the back end.
Pro Bowl's in Las Vegas.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
They've been having problems though. I've heard with like getting cleared for COVID and stuff in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I think that's why they have Dallas as backup. Actually, yeah. I think that's right.
Because of course it would be Texas where they would have the backup.
Naturally.
You mean with the scoreboard that hangs too low, so punters?
I was gonna refer to like COVID not existing once you cross into Texas, but
I'm not
Or
getting
the
into that.
blinding
This is not a
lights
political podcast.
of the sun.
Oh, thanks.
all right. Isaac, we'll move to you. Who do you got?
All right, I have the Rams against 49ers. And then the Bengals game, it comes down to
Isaac, the Rams are playing the 49ers. We know that. So why'd you say it?
Sure.
That game's already decided, so you know.
I was gonna say who do you have winning, buddy?
So last weekend, the Rams beat the Buccaneers and the 49ers beat the Packers. So that's how this weekend the Rams are going to play against the 49ers for the NFC
Rams
Championship.
win this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Thank you.
And then the Chiefs-Bengals game comes down to, does Tyrann Matthew play?
Oh yeah, that is actually
Honestly, he actually has a point.
If Tyrann
what?
Matthew
You can
plays,
put it on the board. Yeah.
That
Good point by Isaac.
first off, nice Matt.
Bad point by Isaac. What's going to make the playoffs next year?
Yeah, just erase that. Anyway, no, that's what Daniel and I were actually talking about. That he was like, yeah, if Tyrann Matthew doesn't play, I'm going to be worried. So yeah, I think that's actually a very good point.
if Tyrann Matthew plays, Chiefs win by 10. If he doesn't play, the Bengals win.
Questionable with a concussion. No team doctor is going to hold him out of that game unless he literally can't see the fingers in front of his face.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Matt, I think that means it's time to shift to you.
Yeah, it's going to be exactly what it should be. The Bengals youth is going to show. The Chiefs have been here, done that multiple times before. Chiefs are going to win, and the 49ers just won't even stand a chance against the Rams. That's going to be like a 21-plus point game. The Rams are going to put on a clinic, and it's going to be like a bye week into the Super Bowl.
Clayton?
Yeah. Hot take, 21-plus win in the NFC Championship.
All right.
AFC is decided by less than 5.
That I can see.
Less than 6, I guess. It's all the same. Less than 5. Screw it. Why not?
Let's see that, though.
Just not another field goal. Not another
Yeah.
Unless McPherson's hitting more from 65 yards. Not another game-winning field goal. Shout out to Tony, though. Tony's going to the game.
It's true.
That's true. Our boss and Matt's girlfriend's dad put on Twitter the other day that he had an Airbnb and tickets secured in Kansas City, and he gets to go to the game, and that's going to be so cool.
Oh,
Yeah, he asked me today if I was jealous, and I was like, I mean, a little.
Bro,
What do you mean
I told you, we were sitting there
Obviously.
watching the game together, and he was like, I'm cheering for the Bills because Buffalo's a 5-hour trip and Kansas City's a 10. I'm like, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
Imagine being able to have that freaking problem with your team. My goodness.
Well, I mean, he hasn't had that problem with his team in a long time.
All right, yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
31 years or something like that was their playoff drought.
Yeah. But I guess that just leaves me, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I mean, obviously the Rams are going to win, which I'm happy to see Stafford succeed, but I'm annoyed that OBJ is working out.
That's
Spoken
true.
like a true Browns fan. There it is.
That's how you know I'm a committed fan, Brady.
That's true. Unlike Isaac. Anyway, continue.
I love this game, and my brain tells me to pick the Chiefs, but like, I'm not gonna pick against the Bengals. Like, at the end of the day, they're in our division. Joe Burrow's an Ohio kid. Like, he's literally taken that team from the basement of the NFL to a conference championship. So I'm going with the Bengals and the Rams.
If the Bengals win it all this year, it's going to be like watching the Braves win the World Series. It's like, you guys are too young for that. Like, you're not supposed to win yet.
Ooh, actually, since we're on the topic of Championship Sunday, I saw a graphic the other day talking about the 2017 championship weekend. It was the quarterbacks. It was Tom Brady, Blake Bortles, Case Keenum, and shoot, who was the other one? Nick Foles was in that graphic. And I was sitting there thinking, wow, it's Tom Brady and 4 nobodies. Like, you know what I mean? Because none of those guys are even remotely close to that level.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like Blake Bortles, he's a backup. Case Keenum's a backup now. Nick Foles was a third string here this year. And then Tom Brady is Tom Brady. So,
Yeah.
Indeed. Does anybody have any other comments about the NFL?
I mean, not really.
I have
it
one
would
more
blow
thing
my
to bring
mind
up.
if the 49ers win that game. Good for Nick Bosa, I guess, but other than that, I don't really have anything invested in them. I don't know who to cheer for. Like, I don't like the Bengals. And it's not like I can be like, oh, they're from my division, because I don't care. No, Brady, we can't hear you. I don't want to see the Rams win because they just moved to LA and now they're good. Never really liked the 49ers. That was mostly because of the Rams when I was a fan of them. And I don't know if I want to see the Chiefs win again, but like, it's my brother's team. Could cheer for them. And it almost feels like they're not much farther off from the whole, like, aren't you guys too young to be winning? And plus, they've already won one recently. So, like, I don't know. I'm just cheering for good football. But no, Brady, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we lost Brady. That's probably for the best. We would have roasted him again anyway.
Got him.
But
Title. Brady gets so mad he leaves.
But I think with that wraps up episode 36.
I have one more thing.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Wraps up
Yes, I
episode 36.
do. All right, I want your opinion on Antonio Brown wanting to play with Action Jackson.
Yeah, I saw the picture of that on Twitter today.
I want to hear your guys' opinions.
He's a locker room cancer, and any competent coach would not give him a job. And Brady says in all caps, he did not just call him Action Jackson. Yes,
I'm just going off what AB said.
Brady, what are you gonna do about it anyway? We can't hear you. It's funny. Anyway, yeah, I don't disagree. I don't think he gets another shot in the NFL.
Yeah. I just wanted your guys' opinion on that because I thought it was somewhat interesting to bring up.
Yeah. No, we don't. Antonio Brown is like Ben Simmons at this point.
Yeah.
It's just not worth talking about anymore. Like, nobody really cares about it anymore.
No.
I'm perfectly fine if neither of the if neither of those names come up on our podcast until Ben Simmons gets traded ever again.
I don't disagree.
Fair enough.
All right, Clayton, wrap us up.
I was going to say, I think with that concludes episode 36 of the Hot Take Sports Podcast, just covering the NFL for this one. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Hot Take Sports 16 and go check us out online at hottakesports.online. Go buy some merch.
And send us hot takes about your, championship weekend.
Absolutely. Or hot takes about anything for that matter. I was tweeting back and forth with a guy about MMA stuff. We love interacting with you guys on social media. Please drop us hot takes. And yeah, that concludes episode 36. Thank you guys for listening.